Okay, good morning all. Let's start with the lectures. Today we'll do some of the questions, practical based questions on Java. So I'll just move on to the questions where what all we need to do. So these are some of the practical assignments that we can practice. The first one is simple calculator that we have already done it before. So we'll start with the experiment number 2. Here it is compound interest calculator, where uh, the first text field is to read the amount at the principal value that user will enter, then per interest rate it will the user will enter, the time in years the user will enter, and we'll get the total amount here automatically when you click on calculate button. And when you click on calculate, the interest amount should come here, right? And we know that to find out amount we use this formula: amount is equal to principal into 1 plus r over 100 and to the power t, right? And find out interest, we subtract the principal amount from the amount calculated, right? Now to do this program, let's open up NetBeans. I'll open up a new form, and the name you can give CI calculator. Now, the very first thing we need to do is we have to create this kind of interface. So on the top we need a label. We need a label for principal, writing principal rate time, and text areas, not text area, text fields for writing where user will enter these, right? And then again one label, two labels instead, and the text fields to print the values. You can also take labels in place of these text fields if you don't want anything to be edited at runtime. So this in place of text fields, you can also take labels. So let's take labels for this, and at the end we need three buttons. One button is to calculate, one is for clear, and one is for exit. Let's change this. This is the heading that you wish to give: compound interest calculator. Here we'll write principal. This is rate, rate in percentage, and here we'll write time in years. This text field should be blank. Others also. Here we'll write amount, and here we'll write interest, right? Let's empty this label too. Similarly, empty this label also. So these two are the labels. So I'll just change the border. I'll change the border of both the labels. Click on calculate here. Clear and exit. Right now we have three different buttons and we have to do coding for all these three different buttons. Now the very first thing, we should change the variable name, because as I told you, the default name is jtextfield1. So so we can make it easier. T1, I'm taking next one as T2 and T3. Similarly, this label as L1, this label as L2. Fine. Now, first of all, let's go to exit button, double click exit button, and the coding you need to write here is system.exit 0. This is the command which closes the control when you click on this button. Always we have to write the system.exit 0, system ka S capital, exit ka E small, and semicolon at the end. Right? So ये आपका close but exit button हो गया. Now come to calculate button. So calculate कैसे करेंगे? According to the formula that was given. So first we have to read these three text fields. So the very first thing we need to do is take a variable. We'll take a double type because user may enter in decimals. Double dot parse double t1 dot get text. Similarly, for rate also and for time also, we'll take two more variables. Let's take R for rate. The second one is rate only, right? So for this you have to write T2 to get text, and T for time, and the text field name is T3 dot get text. So we have three variables P, R, and T, where we'll save up principal, rate, and time. Now we need to calculate the amount first. So for that, again a variable is required. I'll take amount only, and the formula was principal star P was small, P star bracket open 1 plus R slash 100. And how do we give power T? For that, we'll use pow method. Fine. Just wait a second, there's some problem here. It's not reading that power method properly. So let's see what the problem is. Okay, so this was the method p star maths dot power, because the class we have to add. So power method belongs to math class. Math dot power this to the power this. So we have to write both the expressions and separated by comma. Right. So this maths dot power will find out the power. So this indicates that it is 1 plus r over 100 and the power is t. So first it will divide r by 100, then 1 is added, then power t is calculated, and then the final value is multiplied by the p amount. Right. So we'll get the total amount. And similarly, for interest, I'll take I, and for that, the formula is amount minus p. Now we need to print this thing. First of all, we'll print the amount, and the variable for that is amount itself. Then in L2 we'll print the interest. Fine, so that's all the coding is all about. Now let's run this file so that we can see. So this is your output window. Now enter the principal amount. Let's say I put 2000 here. Rate of interest I'll put 5. Years again I'll put 5, and when click on calculate, so we'll get this value. Now this is in decimal places, right? So it's just 255.56, and likewise it's a lengthy number, right? Now one more thing we can do over here is, if I want to show only 2 digits after this, then we can round off this value by 2 or so. Otherwise you can take up integers in place of this, right? I'll click on exit to close this. Exit से हमने लगाया था system.exit0, right? Okay, now coming to clear button, double click. Now when you click on clear button, I want that all the text field should be cleared, right? Clear them का मतलब है उसमें जो कुछ भी है वो remove हो जाए. So for that, the option is you just type t1.getText blank and give a semicolon. Sorry, it should be set text, right? or t2 dot set text, or you can write either null, or you can write this. Either we can write inverted comma blank. So this will replace whatever written inside the text fields into blank, right? Or you can write null. Null will remove everything. Null is always blank, right? So similarly, t no text field t3 dot set text and null again, right? And